Henry practiced law. There's a big picture of Patrick Henry in there and a bunch of other famous people. And they had a Patrick Henry reenactor, the famous "Give me liberty or give me death" speech. And I realized at that moment, if on a Thursday night, a cold Thursday night in spring, Hanover County Courthouse, 50 people would come out and sit there and watch this, then you know what? There's a lot of people out there that are not going to let this garbage happen. There are a lot of people that are saying, what can I do? What can we do next? If you're willing to come out here today and give up your Sunday, a little bit of time to say, I don't know if you're that desperate, if you're that pissed off, but thank you so much for coming out. Thank you. My father and I share a great passion for Patrick Henry and his "Give me liberty or give me death" speech. He gave that speech to the House of Burgesses in Virginia when they were deciding whether or not they were going to join the revolution. And it looked like Virginia may not join the revolution unless they were all in on it. The revolution was probably doomed. In attendance that night were a couple of names you may know: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. And most of the people, the speakers that evening, spoke against joining the revolution. Patrick Henry stepped to the center of St. John's Church and let loose with his "Give me liberty or give me death" speech, and by the time they left, they had joined the American Revolution. The powerful part of that speech, the end was "Give me liberty or give me death," the one that most of us know. But it's the line before it that is so important, because it asks you what you're made of. Is life so dear, is peace so sweet, as to be purchased at the price of chains? In other words, is your life worth living? Is it worth being here if you can't be free? Is it better to just be peaceful, to get along, and live under socialism? No! My life is not. My life is certainly not worth it. Maybe I'm just a big enough jerk, but I'm not going to put up with that. I just don't care that much about life. I care more about freedom and people being free, and I'm willing to put my life on the line, as many of you have already done. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to our service members, our veterans that have proudly served. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. People at the Hanover County Courthouse, if you're willing to come out, you're doing your part. That's one small part. What are you going to do tomorrow? And what are you going to do the next day? As one of our speakers, I think it was Joseph Plummer, said, this is a lifetime now. You have changed your life. If you're here, this is it. This is how your life must be. If you want to defend freedom, as our veterans have, if you want to fight, do your part, then this is a never-ending proposition. Because every day, the forces of evil get up to try to kick your ass. Every day, they come out to fight against freedom. The forces of evil are relentless. They never stop. And that's what I call them. Make no mistake, those people in Washington, the people in Columbus, the people that are not doing the right thing, and they know what the right thing is, when they're not doing it, they are working for the forces of evil. And they must be taken down. Everyone says to me, what are we going to do next, Doc? We had 1 million people in D.C. What are we going to do next? I don't want this thing to fizzle out. The truth is, that's up to you. God has given up every one of us a calling in life. Tells you how many kids you're going to have, what jobs to take. If you're praying, you know God's called on you to do certain things, to do His work. What is your calling for the cause of freedom? You have to decide. decide that. You have to choose. You have to decide what is right for you. Maybe you're somebody who is passionate about freedom, but really passionate about the Second Amendment. Then you should be doing something a little more to fight and protect the Second Amendment. Maybe you're somebody that's going to run for office. Maybe you're part of Go or Goo, either one. You have to decide. It's not the grand gesture. It's not some loudmouth like me. That's not it. It's the individual working together with other individuals that are saying we are going to do the right thing and we are going to find a way to get this done. We've gotten so used to in America the touchdown, the grand slam, the big gesture, when the truth is you sitting at home late at night working on the internet and finding some little nugget that somebody like Matt and I are going to expose. That is powerful. Somebody saying, you know what, I'm going to go out and put together a Wake Up Ohio event at their own time and expense. That's what it's about. It's not necessarily the huge gesture, it's just you coming together with similar people, like-minded people, putting in the effort. Thank you for doing it. Thank you. So if you want to know where to go next, continue that path. Continue finding like-minded people and choose. Decide what you're going to do. What am I going to do? I'm going to continue to inform people, to entertain people, to draw people to events like this, and that is just the beginning. Over and over, I'm called upon daily to get the message out, to do what I can, to come to events like this. Whatever I can do, I'm there. But I will make you a bigger promise. And it's the promise I hope you will make as well. It's the promise that the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence made to each other. If you are somebody who is willing to fight for freedom, I pledge to you my life, my fortune, and my sacred honor. Will you make that same pledge to your fellow Americans? Will you make that same pledge